Hi, and welcome to episode 6 of Just Ask Kathleen. Thank you for joining me again, and thank you for all your emails. I really appreciate your support, and it's really good to be able to help you in this format. Okay, this first email is from a lady I'm going to call Davina. My husband hates his job. He comes home and moans about it, goes to bed complaining that he's got another day of it tomorrow, and I'm sick of it. I've suggested he go for a career change, but he says he's too long in the tooth now. He's 45 years old. Can you help me, as I don't know how to speak to him anymore? Well, Davina, your husband sounds like he's really scunnered with his job, really fed up with his job. And it also sounds like he might be a little bit depressed, actually. If he is constantly talking about and moaning about the fact that he's home from work, the fact that he's got to go to work, and in between being at work, he's moaning to you about how much he hates his job. I don't know what your financial situation is, but I'm sure there's a way that he could bring in some diversity into his life to give him a sense of, uplift, really, just to cheer him up a bit, because this is a horrible situation. If you think he is depressed, if his sleep's affected, if he's always in this very lowered mood, you might want to suggest to him to reach out and ask his GP for some counselling or support through a men's group where people can openly chat in that very safe environment. But you need to give him the opportunity to recognise he might need some other form of support, because to be so down all of the time about his career would indicate to me that his mood is lowered to the point where he may need some help from either a doctor or a counselling support service, or even if you have good friends, speaking to a good friend on his behalf and saying, are you concerned about him, have you noticed a change, asking close friends to speak to him and support him, because he obviously needs some support. Again, I do hope that he reaches out for help, because I think that's what he needs, and it's too much to expect you to give him all the reassurance and encouragement, especially when you're being met by I'm too old now, I can't do that. So he needs to look at life in a slightly different way and recognise there is opportunity for change, but he has to be willing to see it and go for it. So that's all I can say about that, Davina. This next email is from a lady I'm calling Cynthia. She writes, I want to be a beautician, but my dad says beauticians are bimbos and I don't want my daughter doing a job like that. She's written that in inverted commas. I'd love to go on to be a makeup artist in the fashion industry. I'm 17 years old. What can I do? I don't want to give up on my dream. Well, first of all, ask your dad what he thinks of Whoopi Goldberg, the actress, because her first job was being a beautician. I don't think she's a bimbo. I think she's a very clever woman. And I don't know why your dad is saying that about beauticians. It's a skilled job, you're passionate about it, you're keen to do it. You must do it. You must follow that. And I don't also know where you live, but you should be able to get on a college course without it needing his financial support. And I don't know if you're up for having a part-time job while you study at college, but I absolutely would not let your dad hold you back from following this dream. I mean, this is a really short and simple answer to me. You want to do it, you're 17 years old, your dad has this very strange opinion of beauticians, based on I don't know what. It's your dream and you need to follow that. So take steps now to getting to that end goal. Be it that you speak to your mum, speak to your dad, telling them this is what you are going to do, it's what you want to do, and get on and do it. Find a part-time job if you need to, maybe even working in a salon to get some support and learn some stuff there while you're at college. I don't know, but there'll be other ways for you to earn money, support yourself while you're going to college. And your dad will come round. I don't know why he's saying that, but thank you for writing in, and really encourage you. I really encourage you to go and get on with following your dream. Thanks, Cynthia. This next email is from a person I'm going to call James. I've been married 14 years. I'd never learnt to drive, and my wife was always a bit fed up that I could drink when we went out, as she was always the designated driver. 6 months ago, I started having secret driving lessons, and last week I passed first time. That's brilliant. I was delighted, and when my wife got home, I'd made a lovely meal and told her we had something to celebrate. When I told her I'd passed my driving test, she said well done, but she wasn't very happy that I'd lied to her over the past 6 months. I don't understand her reaction. What do you think's going on? Well, first of all, James, congratulations on passing your driving test, and I think that's really brilliant. When I read this, it did confuse me a little bit, and I did wonder what could be going on for your wife when you gave her this news. I wondered if she was expecting something else. When you said, I made her a lovely meal and told her we had something to celebrate, I wondered if she was thinking something completely different, like we're going to Florida on holiday, or we've won £3 million or something. I don't know. I mean, that's a bit silly maybe, but I wonder if there was a bit of that going on where she was thinking it was going to be something else. Then she's reacted in a sort of suspicious way, hearing that you've lied to her for 6 months. Sometimes when people react in a very confusing way, a way we weren't expecting, to a situation like this, we're left going, hang on, what just happened there? I thought this was good news. But she may be releasing chemicals from a previous memory. So sometimes when something bad has happened or somebody's been lied to in the past, we release the same chemicals when we're reminded of that event or something similar. So it may be that just the fact that even though it's a good thing you've been doing with the best intentions, she's thought, oh my goodness, he did all that behind my back and I didn't realise. And it may be that in a previous relationship, she had somebody who was lying to her, and this is reminding her of that, and she's not able to vent that to that person, but she's venting it to you through this story. I'm not actually that sure, James, but I don't think it's about you having passed your driving test, or I don't think it's even about the whole event, really. Give her time to settle into the idea that she now has a husband who can drive, and that you can now enjoy shared experiences, going out socially. Yeah, don't overthink it. Recognise that she will be happy. She's just a bit shocked that you were able to do all of that behind her back. Women like to think we're on it all the time and we're very astute and sharp-eyed, eagle-eyed. So she's maybe just not overly pleased that she didn't realise something was going on that she didn't know about. Well, all the best, James, and happy driving. Happy and safe driving, actually. Okay, so that brings to the close episode 6 of series 2. Thank you so much for all your emails, and I look forward to receiving them over the next few weeks. Remember, you can email me at justask@kathleenkettles.com. Thanks very much. Bye.